Anthony Edwards is a 6'5", 225-pound walking bucket that'll enter the league with an offensive package that may make you think he's a 5-year vet. The shooting guard out of Georgia will look to follow in the footsteps of former Tom Crean products Dwayne Wade and Victor Oladipo as the next great all-star off-guard in the league. And while his talent and physical gifts are undeniable, NBA teams will wonder if his questionable shot selection and inconsistent effort on both ends of the floor will prevent him from fully unlocking his sky-high potential. If you're a team that needs a guard who can go out and get you a bucket, Anthony Edwards is your guy. Blessed with the most exciting off-the-dribble shot creation package in the draft, Edwards can get his shot off over anyone. Edwards is already equipped with NBA-ready combo moves that would make NBA vets jealous. The Georgia guard uses a flurry of in-and-outs, crossovers, between the legs, and step-backs to garner the separation he needs to cleanly put the ball in the hoop. If Edwards can maximize his shot-making ability, he's poised to become one of the premier scorers in the league. There's just one problem. Edwards loves the long jumper. And while he can get these looks off cleanly, he too often is settling by taking them so often. These shots are fine if they're at the end of the shot clock, but when he pulls it early in the shot clock, it results in a wasted possession. Watch here as Edwards has a spaced floor, but instead of attacking the hoop, settles for a step-back three. If you're wondering why Edwards has poor shooting percentages, look no further than his questionable shot selection. What's so frustrating about his shot selection is that he's so good attacking the hoop. This is an all-NBA move. Keeps the ball low to avoid getting stripped, changes direction, and gets through 2 defenders, then slithers through another 2 defenders with a hop step before finishing with a reverse. And here Edwards lets potential lottery pick Tyrese Maxey know that he's just too little to guard him one-on-one. This is Edwards' season highlight as he splits the double and throws down one of the filthiest poster dunks of the year. He's just so good going downhill, and his strength allows him to finish through contact. Here he shows off a little Harden-esque Euro step before finishing with the reverse. If Edwards becomes as relentless as an attacker as he is as a shooter, he's going to be a big-time problem. Edwards is such a menace as an ISO scorer in attack mode that he should be a guy who can be a high-volume free throw shooter. He shot over 5 free throw attempts a game at Georgia and had a stellar free throw rate. Edwards' high skill level and strong body allows him to go up strong into the defender's body. Entering an NBA that has switch-heavy schemes will allow him to take advantage of slow-footed bigs that'll be forced to foul him as he blows by. And Edwards' strong ability to beat defenders' backdoor will result in fouls from the weak side. Edwards' shot-making ability makes defenders play him ultra-tight. This allows him to consistently beat the defense backdoor for easy rim finishes. His off-ball backdoor cuts are very reminiscent of Chicago Jimmy Butler. With Edwards such an ISO-heavy player, it's important to get these easy points off-ball. Another way Edwards can get some easy buckets is by taking advantage of mismatches down low. Edwards is strong as an ox and can bully his way into good position on the block. Here we see him leverage position free throw line extended to get a good opportunity to finish a tough shot at the rim. To keep the defense honest, Edwards has shown he's capable of being a 3-level scorer. Edwards has shown the ability to get his defender on his heels and stop on a dime and rise up in the mid-range. Here we see that tough shot-making ability with a no-dribble turnaround fadeaway. And while that in-between game is an important skill to have in your bag, Edwards needs to make sure he doesn't fall in love with it. Edwards could stand to eliminate those early in the shot clock shots. He shot just 30% on long twos. If he eliminates that shot, he'll see an uptick in his efficiency. Edwards projects to be a strong scorer in the pick and roll at the next level. Here we see him punish the defender for going under the screen with a wide open 3 from the top of the arc. And now let's look at what happens when the defender goes over the screen. He gets the defender on his back by snaking the screen and utilizing that little in-between game for the deuce. Same thing here. Snakes the screen and gets to the hoop. Misses the shot, but he has no problem getting to his spot. Here we see Edwards utilize the screen by crossing away from it. The defender has to feel the screen and can't recover in time to get a clean contest on the jumper. On this possession, we see Edwards use the screen to attack downhill. He has the defense on their heels before pulling back and knocking down the jumper. But he needs to realize when to shoot and when to distribute. He draws so much attention coming off the screen that he has all eyes on him. He has multiple passing options, but jacks up a long two instead. Again here we see all 5 defenders converge on Edwards, and again he decides to shoot that tough mid-range jumper. Edwards did so much on-ball work at Georgia that it'll be best utilized playing next to another strong ball handler at the next level. For as easily as he can get a look off with his handle, playing next to a good distributor will allow him to get easy catch-and-shoot threes. And for a guy who takes so many tough shots, more open shots off-ball will do wonders for his efficiency and open the court for his teammates. But if he's to get more off-ball looks, he'll need to tighten up the consistency of his footwork while stepping into the shot. The area where Edwards may be most terrifying is in transition. Edwards' strength, agility, and craft as an at-the-rim finisher puts a ridiculous amount of pressure on the defense, where he becomes a one-man fast break. Watch here as he takes the outlet and gets all the way to the rim untouched before dropping in a smooth floater. Edwards was a strong rebounder from the off-guard spot, which allows him to start the break himself. He pushes the ball here, and as the defense is on its heels, he stops on a dime and smoothly knocks down an above-the-break three. Edwards shows off that above-the-break shot making again here. He's just impossible to guard in transition. Again, if we put Edwards next to a good distributor, he'll get plenty of opportunities to run the floor and get easy buckets as a finisher. As much as Edwards played the role of one-man fast break, when you try to go 1-on-5, it'll often lead to turnovers like this, resulting in 2 the other way. Edwards took pretty good care of the ball considering his high usage, but he still has areas to clean up. He needs to kick this out as the defense collapses. He takes off a little too far from the hoop here. One more dribble and the defender may not have gotten in for the strip. This was just carelessness. A big knock on Edwards' engagement. This is one of those plays where it comes into question. Soft passes away from the hoop will be an easy 2 at the next level. This play right here shows us what happens when Edwards tries to make a high-level read in the half court. Just nowhere near the same page as his teammates. Edwards did show off some encouraging playmaking, even if it was fairly basic in the half court. Edwards has a strong left hand, and he loves to use it to quickly thread passes between defenders. And he has a real knack for finding cutters on the move. Watch here as he takes multiple defenders with him on the drive before perfectly placing a pass to the cutter backdoor. Here we see Edwards face up, drawing the attention of the D before throwing a nice little alley to a teammate. And while he won't get the stat here, the pressure he creates breaking down the defense generates the hockey assist. This demonstrates why it's so important for Edwards to attack the hoop, as he gets a contest from 4 defenders, allowing for an easy drop-off at the rim. We discussed how dangerous Edwards was as a scorer in transition, but he's also a fantastic passer, creating easy looks for his teammates. Edwards gets the board and starts the break before threading the aforementioned left-handed pass between 2 defenders. This may have been the pass of the year. The level of difficulty on this pass is off the charts. A half-court, overhead bounce pass between multiple defenders? I mean, just ridiculous. And finally, we see a perfectly placed 3/4 court pass ahead for the easy 2. Defensively, Edwards can absolutely put the clamps on when he's engaged. Watch here as he shows off the ability to stay in front of his man from wing to wing, smoothly switch his stance, and lead his man right into the help, causing a turnover. Next we see his quick hands on the poke away, before bodying up and getting the huge block to send the game into overtime. And here's another massive block that'll remind you of 2 other Tom Crean shooting guards. Another great sequence where Edwards uses his quick feet, change of direction ability, and length to funnel his man into the help. Maxey doesn't stand a chance here, as Edwards beats him to the spot with ease before swatting his shit. As you can tell, Edwards' timing on shot contests on the move is impeccable. Let's add another victim to the list. But as good as he can be, Edwards likes to reach, often giving up position and causing blow-bys. That's just too easy on a guy with his physical tools. And another bad habit is the old pick-up poke-away. When it doesn't work, it often spells trouble, as the defense has to scramble to recover. And this soft closeout is inexcusable. Doesn't even get a hand up. This was much better, as he's much more engaged, and his strong close makes the three much tougher on the shooter. It all comes down to focus with Edwards. He does the right thing for 90% of this possession, but as he calls for the switch and hedges to the ball handler, he forgets that he called for the switch and his new man buries the open three. This possession, he's just too focused on the ball, and his man easily cuts behind him backdoor to the hoop. This is just lazy. Ball handler drives strong side, and he doesn't even fake a hedge. Edwards does a good job reading the drive here and starts cheating into the paint to protect the rim, but he just gets lazy and doesn't get a hand up on the layup. And this possession shows the difference when he does decide to contest, causing Lewis to alter his shot. Again, when he's engaged, he's a menace. Here he's able to jump out on the switch and then collapse down to the nail, stopping the dribble penetration. Another great on-the-move switch and shot contest, showing how difficult he can make life when he uses his physical gifts. And one final defensive highlight, coming out of nowhere to swat the layup and start the one-man break the other way. Edwards has superstar in him, but it's up to him how bad he wants to unlock it.